Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are listening to me today. It's a pleasure to have you here again as I begin to talk about another important topic on domestic violence. Uh, I know yesterday I spoke about causes of domestic violence, and a lot of people found the video very interesting, which actually has motivated me to even talk more on the topic. So sit down, tighten your seatbelt while we also look into the signs that you will see in somebody, and you probably know that, of course, this person is being abused. So, how do you recognize the signs of domestic violence? How do you recognize the signs of domestic violence? So, I mean, you could recognizing the signs of domestic violence actually, you can understand these things in two different forms: behaviors or actions that your partner takes, then do you the things that you also experience. So these are two different ways you can understand or find out whether you are being abused or not. So now let's just dive into it straight up. So the first on my list today is does I mean these are questions that you need to answer. You need to answer, and if these questions are yes, then you are being abused. If it is no, then that means you are not being abused. So, does your partner do any of the following to you? Does your partner embarrass or make fun of you in front of your friends or family? I mean, to some people, that's a deal breaker. You can't make fun of me in front of my friends or my family members, or not maybe in public. Suddenly, you begin to like use some of the things we've discussed, or maybe some of my actions to embarrass me in public or at my friends. No, you don't do that. That's not right. That means you have no regard for me. That means I mean nothing to you. That means you completely disrespect me, and which is absolutely uncalled for. I mean, matured men, matured women, you can't do this. They don't do this in public. So, does your partner also put down your accomplishments? That's really another good point that I mean you really need to think about it. I mean, you work so hard to accomplish a whole lot of things, and your partner is taking actions or doing things that kind of that that puts your accomplishments down. No, they can't be discrediting you for things that you work really hard for. Do you understand me? So if your partner works so hard or tries to put down your accomplishments or your achievements, that's a sign of domestic violence or domestic abuse. So does your partner make you feel like you are unable to make decisions? Sometimes they'll intentionally I mean, especially narcissists, they'll intentionally make you feel as if you're unable to make decisions. Sometimes they'll tell you are not man enough, you are not worthy to be a wife, you are not this, you are not that. I mean, directly or indirectly saying things that will kill your self-esteem, saying things that will make you look as if that you can't even take a decision of your own. You know what I'm saying? So if you are seeing this, or if this is happening to you, then of course you know that is obviously a sign of domestic violence. Then another point is use does your partner use intimidation or threats to gain compliance over you? Please think through over this. Some partners, I mean, probably because they have a little bit of financial advantage over you, or maybe one way or the other, they've gained advantage over you, and they want to use such kind of intimidations to threaten you, just to make you to complain, just to make you to cooperate or to comply with whatever thing they want you to do. So if you are going through this, it is a red flag. That's absolutely a sign that your partner is perpetrating domestic violence or showing you signs of or have trace of domestic violence in them. Does your partner tell you that you are nothing without them? Hey, ladies, open your ears very wide. Any partner that tells you you are nothing without him, that person have zero regard over you. They completely disregard you. They as maybe they got married to you as a pity, pity person. I mean, they've completely make you to have zero confidence about yourself. So that's a sign of domestic violence. Learn, understand these signs that I'm telling you, understand these signs that I'm talking about today. Now, does your partner treat you roughly, grab you, push you, shove you, or even hit you? Of course, I don't need to say much about this because we all know that this is like the is an open sign of domestic violence, because I still don't understand why some spouses or some couples will be in such a relationship, and they will still be the ones to protect the men. They will still be the one to protect their wives. You know, I mean, you've got to speak up if things like this happen. You have to really take the right actions, because the moment you keep quiet, the more they will begin to do it, the more they will see it as a norm. The more you begin to feel inferior, you feel that you are not good for anything. And that's you giving them leverage over you, total control, total dominance. And that is absolutely what most people or most perpetrators are looking for. So make sure that, if you see signs like this, you take the necessary actions that you need to take. Now, the next one is, does your partner call you several times a night or show up to make sure you are where you said you will be? I mean, of course, these are people that they don't have trust or confidence in you. Let me just not even confidence, let's use trust. They don't trust you for any reason. Every now and then they are gonna be calling you to be monitoring you. They'll suspect any little actions you take. They'll call to make sure they are just looking for something to pin you down with. They are looking for something to pin you down with. They don't give you any breathing space. So if your partner is doing this, then that person has is showing threats of domestic violence. Now, does your partner use drugs or alcohol as an excuse for saying hurtful things or abusing you? Of course, this is also very rampant. You find out some partners are fond of, after abusing you, they will come back apologizing, they will grab you, punch you, shove you, and at the end of the day, they'll come back and say, "Hey, honey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this. I was under the influence of alcohol. Honey, I'm sorry. It was the side effect of these drugs. Or I'm sorry, I was high. I was this." There is no excuse for domestic violence. Don't do it unconsciously. Every actions of domestic violence happens consciously. Did you hear me? All actions of perpetrators of domestic violence happens consciously. So take note of that. Also, does your partner blame you for how they feel or act? Of course, we've seen situations where couples run into a fight, and at the end of the day, they are blaming each other. The one partner is blaming each other that I did this, or I took the action I took because of how you spoke to me, because of what you did, what names you called me, blah 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 blah. No, 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 no. The most honorable thing to do, if you are a couple or in a relationship and you went into an altercation with your partner, is keep quiet, keep silent, keep silent. When one partner is raging or is very furious about a particular action, just keep calm. Listen to what they have to say. And when the situation is calm, you can now sit down together and talk about why you felt the way you felt. Okay? We are all matured adults, so you act like adults. So that's that. Then another thing is, does your partner pressure you sexually for things you aren't ready for? I think this is where we talk about rape also happening in marriages or in relationships. Your partner trying to force you to, do the things you don't want to do sexually or all those stuff. Please take note of this side. This is also very, very important. It's very, very important. It's actually a deeper talk, but it's very, very important. So The next point I'm also gonna share with you is does a partner make you feel like there is no way out of the relationship? I mean, some of these partners is gonna especially this happens to people who are more who has more advantage than you, probably financial advantage per se, would be like, if you leave this relationship, I bet you will never get someone like me. If you leave this marriage, you will never meet any man that will take care of you the way I do. Who is gonna look at you? What do you have? Hey, please. This is funny to me because I wonder why you have the boldness to go and marry a woman and keep the person in your house for maybe a year or some years, and you're coming back to say all these hurtful things or say all these things, making them feel that without you they are of no good. That's a red flag. So please watch out for this size. This is absolutely a red flag. Okay. So now, does your partner also prevent you from doing things you want, like spending time with your friends or family? I mean, I can obviously most of you have been in this situation. Your partners not wanting you to associate with friends, associate with family. Each time they found out that you are gonna hang out with your friends, they are gonna be jealous. They are gonna be always calling, checking up, suspecting you, thinking maybe this you are going out to be with another man. All those stuff. That means they lack confidence, they lack trust in you. You understand me? So these are signs that you need to be aware of, and which is why I'm making this video to enlighten some of you who are not yet married, and even those who are married, because of course there is always a solution to everything. So, I mean, another one which is like my final one, is does your partner try to keep you from leaving after a fight or leave you somewhere after a fight to teach you a lesson? I mean, some people are gonna be like, after a fight. Some partners after a fight will lock you inside the house and they will tell you, I'll teach you a lesson. If you like, call the authorities. If you like, call your mom, call your this. I'll show you that this is who I am. And especially this particular scenario happens to those privileged brothers and sisters who found themselves to be in the forces. So when I talk about forces, could be the military, the police force, or any of those other forces, because they feel that there's nothing anybody can do them. But the truth is that, listen, if you have if you have or if you found yourself in these situations, trust me, do not be afraid. You've got to reach out to somebody. You've got to call people. You've got to speak up, because this is a civil case. It's a civil matter. So nothing concerns the military, the police force, or etc. Whatever thing they are, because it's a civil force. You didn't commit any crime. Do you understand me? So check out for these signs. Okay. My next video, I'm gonna talk about uh, the things that you notice about you. These are the things you notice about yourself that shows you that, I mean, I'm probably passing through domestic violence. So, guys, let me know what you think about this video. And if you like this video, comment or just do like with any of your preferred emojis. I'm going to be sharing or doing more of this sort of videos. Okay. I love you guys. Have a wonderful Monday morning. Yeah.